right, good morning. It is Stampin' Thursday. I'm Stampin' Dee Dee, and I'm so glad that you're here. I'm glad to be here. All right, I'm making sure that you can see me now. If you're watching, please comment. Let me know. Just say hi. Say watching from Indiana, wherever you're watching from. Thank you for watching. And if you're watching the replay, I'd love to know that too. And if you're watching on YouTube, this will be posted probably a little bit later today on YouTube. But let me know that you watched it. And if you think it's something that someone you know would enjoy, then share it. Please share the video. All those things that you do, commenting and sharing and giving a thumbs up, that helps. It helps the videos to be more visible, to be out there a little bit more. And that's why I do it. That's why I do it, to share what I've learned with you and to help you enjoy the experience of card making like I do. I love to make cards. So, all right, I think that this will also later today, probably this evening maybe, will be posted on my blog, which is stampindeediespot.blogspot.com. And I'd love for you to go over to the blog. You'll see the measurements. You'll see the photos of the samples. All of that will be on the blog. And if you do that, please click follow. That way I think that you're notified every time I post. And I post every video that I have, that I do. Every Facebook Live, every video, I post it on my blog so that you can actually see the measurements and see the samples. All right. So, I think that's all I needed to tell you about. I do Stampin' Thursday every Thursday at 10 o'clock. And the third Thursday is always the mystery card. But this time, we're doing it a little bit different. I'm trying this out. And maybe it'll be, I don't know, more fun for you, easier for you maybe. So instead of doing it clue by clue and letting you try to figure it out, I'm going to actually demonstrate each step. So I'm going to be making the card with you. Our cards will be different because you chose different papers and different colors and different images than I did. So it'll still be a mystery to see how the card turns out in the end. I don't know how mine's going to look in the end. Hopefully it'll look good. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to do that together and have a good time. All right. I think that's all I needed to tell you. So I'm going to turn the camera down, which is going to be a little bit noisy. But once I get it down, then we're going to get started with Stampin' Thursday's mystery card. All right, here we are. Well, I don't want that there. That's for sure. Let me move this out just a little bit. All right. So here are the supplies that you were to gather for today's card. You were to choose a designer series paper. DSP is what we call it. And I'm going to move this down a little bit. Get it a little bit closer to what we're doing. And I still want to straighten it up just a little bit. All right. So you were to choose a designer series paper, and you were going to cut. You were going to use 2 patterns to that designer series paper. Designer series paper pattern A was you were cutting it at 4 3/4 inch by 3.5 inches. So you've got your first piece. Your second pattern, pattern B, you were to cut it at 5 1/4 by 4, and you were to cut 2 of those. Then you were to choose a cardstock to coordinate with your designer series paper. And cardstock A, you were going to cut it at 4 1/4 by 11. So this is going to be a tall, skinny card. 4 1/4 by 11, and score it at 5 1/2. Then the same color cardstock as A, you're going to cut a 1 inch by 11 inch piece. And that piece, you're going to score it at 2 3/4, 5 1/2, and 8 1/4. Then you're going to choose another color of cardstock, which is B, and you're going to cut that at 5 1/4 by 4. And you're going to cut again at a 2 1/4 inch square. You're going to cut 4 of those. So one of them is going to be 5 1/4 by 4. And then you're going to cut 4 2 1/4 inch squares. Then you're going to choose a third color, coordinating color of cardstock. And you're going to cut 1 piece at 4 by 2 3/4. And lastly, you're going to choose either white or vanilla, whatever goes with your designer series paper. And you need 1 piece at 2 1/2 by 3 3/4. And you need then 4 2-inch square pieces. 4 pieces at 2-inch squares. And then you're going to need some images, some stamps, some die cut images, and a sentiment for the front. And that's going to fit in that 2 1/2 by 3 3/4 inch piece of basic white. Then you're also going to need a stamp set with at least 3 images. And if you choose a sentiment for the inside that is going to fit on those 2-inch square pieces. So you have 4 2-inch square pieces. And you need at least 3 images and a sentiment, or 4 images for those. All right. I hope you've gathered your pieces together and that you're going to play along. And if you're watching this, please comment. Let me know that you're watching. All right. Are we ready to get started with this? I'm going to move this out of the way. Move this over. So these, I went with the Seaside Bay and the By the Bay paper. And my first piece is this 4 1/4 by 11, and that's this right here, the 4 1/4 by 11. And I scored it at 5 1/2. So I'm going to go ahead and fold that, and I fold the mountain inside, or the worm inside, and I'm going to, got to get up here where you can see me, and I'm going to burnish that. Then I was to cut another piece out of the same cardstock at 1 by 11. And we were to score that at 2 3/4, 5 1/2, and 8 1/4. And I'm just going to fold those back and forth, like that. And burnish it. Burnish those folds. Burnish this fold. All right. So we have our card base and the second piece of cardstock that goes with that. Now, it says Designer Series Paper Pattern A, 4 3/4, by 3.5. And for me, that's this piece right here. So I cut this at 4 3/4 by 3.5. So I'm going to set that aside, and then I needed 2 pieces at 5 1/4 by 4, and that's these. So the first thing I'm going to do, and then I needed another color of cardstock at 5 1/4 by 4, and that's for the front. So I'm going to go ahead. Well, I can't get my thing off my. So let's take that cardstock B, 5 1/4 by 4, and adhere it. Let me set this aside. I'm going to adhere that now to the front of my card. Make sure I get it as even as possible. All right, we have that down. And now I'm going to take this Designer Series paper pattern A, 4 3/4 by 3.5, and I'm going to adhere that to the front of the card. So I hope you're doing this right along with me. All right. Now I'm going to adhere that, and I don't think it matters which way I go. So I'm just going to put it down just like that. All right, let's go ahead and do the inside. So now we're going to open this up, and we're going to take our 2 pieces of Designer Series paper that are, let's see, Designer Series paper, this one, 5 1/4 by 4, 2 of them. So we're going to adhere those. Let me put this down up here. Okay. I want my waves to go like this. Not that it matters. But I want them to go the same way. All right. Okay. Now we're going to put this in. I hope you're following along. So now we have our 2 pieces of Designer Series paper. And because of the structure of this card, I'm going to raise this up just a little bit. Okay. All right. So next, we're going to go ahead and fix the inside mechanism. So you folded your paper like this. We need that side down and this side down. So I'm going to put some liquid adhesive right here, all around the edge of this. And I'm going to put this down right up flush with the top, right in the center. Flush with the top, right in the center. Just like that. And I want it to go flush with the bottom down here, so I'm making sure that it's straight. So now I'm going to put the glue, the adhesive, around the bottom piece. And I'm going to put it right there. So all I've glued down is the top part and the bottom part. Those two. So that when I close it, it does this. All right? So here we go. Now we're ready to mount. Well, no, we're not. Let's go back to the front. And we have a piece of designer of cardstock that is 4 by 2 3/4. And that's this piece right here. And then we have the white. And that is going to go right inside here, but we're not going to put that on until we stamp it. So let me go ahead and adhere this. And I'm just going to do it with my... I'm just going to do it about halfway down. Let me make sure I got it even. Yeah, I do. Go ahead and put that down. And now we're ready. We'll set that aside. And we're ready to do some stamping. And I'm going to get a piece of scratch paper to put underneath. So this is the front of my card. And what I want to do is, the first thing I want to put on the front is the oyster shell with the oyster inside. And I also want some grass. So I cut out several different pieces of grass. And I think I'll just arrange those. And you are going to be designing the front of your card as we go along with this too. So I hope that's what you're doing, is designing the front of your card. I'm also going to put a piece of grass behind my oyster. And you know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to use crumb cake ink. And before I do any of this, I'm going to stamp along the bottom. Now, you do the front of yours any way you want to. You may just want a sentiment, which is fine. You'll see in some of my samples that I did not be nearly as busy with the front as I'm being on this one. But I'm also showing you what you can do. So here's that one. I'll put my crumb cake up for a minute. All right, and then I had 3 over here, and I really didn't care how they went. And the sentiment that I'm going to use on this card is just going to be hello. And I'm going to stamp it right there, and I'm going to stamp it in black. So I'm going to go ahead and get my black Memento ink, my hello stamp. And my stamp hello. All right. Put my ink away before I put my hand in it and make a mess. Now I'm going to glue these things down. So the thing that needs to go down first is this piece of grass. And I'm just going to put it right there. And I'm going to secure my little flappy lid here. All right. The next thing I'm going to put down is my clamshell. And I'm going to put it right there. And then you have to have a pearl inside your oyster shell, clamshell. You've got to have a pearl inside of it. So I'm using the flat back adhesive, the flat adhesive backed pearls. And I'll put a small one in this one simply because we're going to have a lot of thickness with this card. So I'll just use a small one of those. Now my oyster has a pearl inside. And then I'm going to put these 3 grasses down. Like I said, it doesn't really matter where they go. So just a little bit of glue. And it doesn't matter if they hang over either. And this one is going to go right down here, going the opposite direction. All right. I think that's all I'm going to do for the front of my card. So I can go ahead now and put this on right there. So I'll do that. And I'll use my adhesive for that. I'm having trouble getting this going. It's because this is bumpy and it's not wanting to. So there we go. Move it to the center, get it down. There's the front of my card. So do you have the front of your card ready to go? I want to make sure that you have time to get the front of your card done. I'm looking to see if there's anybody on live. Hi, Kay. Aw. I wish you were making the card because we're doing it together, but I'm glad you're here. Thanks for watching. All right. Okay, well then let's keep going. Let's get this card done. All right, and so now we're ready to stamp our 4 pieces of cardstock, white, 2x2, 2-inch square cardstocks. And they are going to go inside. One is going to go here, one is going to go here, one is going to go here, and one is going to go down here. So that's sort of how they're going to be. So I need to keep in mind how I want the order, although really that doesn't matter till you put it on. So let me see. I thought I would stamp one of them with the crab. And I'm going to do that in my crumb cake. So I'm going to stamp my crab in my crumb cake. And I'm going to have him going kind of wonky. There we go. I actually wanted him more in the middle. Let me get him more in the middle. Going kind of wonky. There, that's more what I wanted. All right, and then I'm going to stamp this mollusk, and I'm going to do it. This is the mollusk. I'm going to do it in a blue. So I'm going to do it in Misty Moonlight, I think. Nope. Maybe I'll do it in Mint Macaron. Let me find mint macaron. Mint macaron is going away, which makes me very sad. But we have some beautiful new colors coming out. All right, so let me get my mollusk. I need to really get him to be darker. All right. My mollusk right there. I'm going to hold it there a minute. Give it there. Good, 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 good. My mollusk. Okay, I'm going to clean my stamp. And I think on the third one, I'm going to go back to my crumb cake. And I'm going to do a scene on the bottom with that one. The same scene as the front. And I'll stamp a little, I'll do this in the mint macaron too. Stamp a little shell on there. Maybe right in here. Get that going there. And I need something else. Maybe I need, maybe a bird. How about a bird? I have a bird or two cut. And I also have a piece of grass cut. Maybe we'll do that. I didn't know what I was going to do. Well, you know, I also have, let me see what my front, I might add that to the front right down there. All right, we'll see. We'll see. But I have a bird. So I'm going to do my bird right here, walking on the shells. Let's see. I've got another one. Let's see if I'm going to do this one looking down. I think I'm going to do this one. It's just a little something. All right. I'm going to do that one. And this piece of grass. Okay. Right there. All right. I'll close up my crumb cake. And then on my last piece, I have a bigger sentiment that says, "You are a pearl, rare and precious." And on that one, I'm going to put this and my sentiment. And, maybe some dirt. I've got a stamp here with just some sand. I think I'll just do that. Get my crumb cake back out. Just do some sand on the bottom here. Just kind of fill it in. All right. Get my sentiment, and I'm going to do it in black so it'll show up. Let's see, I'm going to put my oyster right there. You are a pearl, rare and precious. And I'll stamp that right here. There we go. You are a pearl, rare and precious. Let me get this one clean. And get this one clean. I think we're done stamping. All right. And now I'm going to adhere my clamshell down. My oyster. I could put a bird there. What do you think? Should I put a bird there? Nah, I'm just going to leave the focus on the oyster. All right. So now I'm ready to mount these to the 2 1/4 inch cardstocks. You cut 4 of those. So I'm ready to mount this. Get one of them done. I think I'm done stamping. So I'm going to move that away because it moves. Put my card back over here. That one is going to go there. My mollusk is going to be next. Yeah, I think I'll do it that way. I don't know why. All right, got my mollusk ready. And then and you know, I could do the pearl anywhere along there, but I think I'll go ahead and do it, the last one. Oh, I almost messed that one up, didn't I? Okay. Okay. We're going to put that one there. Now, I haven't glued these down yet. I'm waiting to make sure that's what I want to do. Oh, I like the way this one turned out. All right. Here we are. I like that. All right. So now I'm going to adhere this, and I'm going to do it right along the edge of this. I'm doing it more toward the inside, though, you see. And I'll put this one down right in the middle. Right in the center of that one. And then I'll do this one next, and I'll just put adhesive right in the middle of this. Put this down, my mollusk. And I could have put dirt, you know, sand on the bottom of these, but really I just wanted the image on those. Now we're ready for this one. Put this down. You do want to line these up this direction. And now we're ready for this one. If you're watching the replay, I hope you're making a card along with me. This was one of those patterns that would have been very difficult to put into clues. And I thought, why not do it this way? All right, here we have our inside and our outside. And you know what? We're done. We are done. How about that? It's an easy, it looks really complicated, doesn't it? But it's not a hard card to make. Not at all. So, Kay, are you going to go make one? I hope so. I think you'll like it. All right, let's look at some samples, other samples. I'll show you the first one I did. And this one I did blind, not knowing what I was going to be making. So I used the Regency Park paper and the Petal Park stamp and punch set. And it's a birthday card. So inside I just put flowers. I did cut my leaves out of the dry brushed metallic paper. I love that paper. You can you see the shine? I don't know if you can see it or not. It's got a lot of shine to it. There. All right. And then hooray, it's your day. So happy birthday. And then hooray, it's your day. And that's the first one I did. I had already punched these images for the inside. And I thought it was going to make it too thick. But really, it's not any thicker than this one. So that worked out well. And then I did another one using the Zany Zoo pack. I wanted to make something with that. I love the colors. I love the colors that are used on this. So something great to celebrate you. And then on the inside, I used the Designer Series paper and I stamped the images. Happy birthday to you. So the three of the Zany Zoo character images I stamped. Let me see if I can. I don't know if you can see the whole thing or not. No, you can't. And so I did it so that in the Designer Series paper, the turtle, the singing turtle, showed here, and I wanted it to show here and here. So that's that one. So here they are, the 3 mystery cards. Which one do you like best? They're so different. They're so different. All 3 are so different. So if you want to see pictures of these, come to my blog later on, hopefully late this evening. I have an activity going on this afternoon right after I get through here, so I can't post anything like I normally do right after my Facebook Live, but it'll get on there. It'll get there. All right, let's see. So which one is your favorite? Which one is your favorite, Kay? Or is it just too hard to pick? They're all so different. So different. And I wanted to show you that is what you can do. You can make them very different. Whimsical flowers, another set of scenery type stamps. They all work with this pattern. So have fun. Make you a card. Thank you for watching, Kay. Thank you for being on the live. And those who are watching the replay, thank you so much. And please comment. And for anyone who's watching the Facebook Live, I hope you enjoy doing it. And if you have any questions, be sure and leave me a comment. All right. You have a great day and a blessed weekend. Thank you for being here. I'm Stampin' Dee Dee. Bye-bye.